What's going on, everybody? My name's Tyler. This is Sean. We're Rendered Reality, and always thank you guys so much for being here. We're so glad you guys are here to join us on this huge adventure with VR. You know, we had a lot of new viewers on our last video and stuff, so we really appreciate all of that and just being along with us for that journey. I mean, VR is growing immensely right now, right?
Yeah,
literally by the day.
It's blowing up
with these games dropping and stuff. So we're so glad you guys are here. But yeah, and kind of as a reward, do you want to tell them about that, Sean? We're
the Gleam giveaway. Yeah, make sure you sign up for their Gleam giveaway. It is in the link in the description. We're just gonna run this for today. So this evening we're gonna draw the winner. We're gonna email them, and once we hear back from them, it's a Star Wars Squadrons key. So for Steam. So that's the big hype right now. We're gonna be talking some about it. Everybody's talking about it. It's a big thing going on. So make sure you sign up for that. We are going to our plan right now for if we can hit 5K, if we can hit 5K subs, we are going to give away a Quest 2. Everybody's giving away Quest 2s right now, so we want to do it too. So that is our plan, and maybe some accessories too. You know, maybe some elite head straps, stuff like that. We're gonna do probably a special live stream, some kind of special live stream for hitting 5K. That's kind of our next big milestone we want to hit. So if you haven't yet, make sure you hit that subscribe button. Tell your friends and your family, all these your grandparents that are getting VR headsets. Let them know about coffee and VR.
Man. Carol Baskin, man, if she's got one, doesn't have a grandma.
Yeah, she's got to be a grandma, I'm sure. I don't know.
I can't. Yeah, I know. Yeah, man, that Squadron type is legit. I get it, man. And I can't wait to get into that. I'm surprised but we'll get into that here in a bit.
We'll get into that. But there's some big stuff this week. I mean, really right now, I think from this point on until holiday season of this year, I mean, even the games, there's still a lot of games that are supposed to be coming 2020 that I think are still going to surprise us and still pop out this year. I think there's some that we already know have gotten pushed back to 2021, but big stuff happening this year and big name stuff. Some of that good, some of that bad. We're going to get into a little bit of that because we've had some disappointments this week as well, but we've had some pretty exciting stuff as well. So do you want to get into it? Let's get into Walking Dead Onslaught.
Yeah. I mean, I don't know if I even want, I mean, it's awesome. Like, I love bringing all, the people over from what is AMC is what Walking Dead's
AMC,
on, right?
Yeah.
And I think it's awesome. I think it's great for fans, but does it live up? I mean, from Servios, come on, man. Like, Servios makes great stuff. I mean, very entertaining, very fun stuff. They're great with arcade stuff. I just feel like this felt lackluster, flat. Like, I don't know. It's there, and like I've shown people it, and they're like, "Oh, it's cool, and this is great." And I get to stab people, but it's repetitive. You can stab quicker and faster, easier than you can shoot people.
Oh yeah,
like,
for sure. I mean,
come on, like a shotgun to the head should take out a zombie, right? I mean,
I think the guns, as they get more powerful, but the pistol that you start out with, I think you have to shoot them 3 or 4 times in the head to take them out. I'm like, what? Like, put this pistol away, give me a knife, and I just mow down everybody. Like, I mow down every single one. And Tony Digital, he said, "Let's start this off right." Thank you, sir.
Cheers, Tony.
Seriously,
yeah, honestly,
that.
And that's
so
honestly
awesome.
all this money is literally just going towards Quest stuff, and we really try and get stuff for you guys.
Yeah.
We do try and upgrade some stuff, maybe if we can, for our filming gear and stuff. But that's literally it. I mean, we've been running our mics for a long time.
We
really
appreciate it. Yeah, we really do. We can't express that enough. But
I know.
So for Walking Dead Onslaught, I think their biggest downfall was that they came out after Saints and Sinners. I think if this game would have been pre-Saints and Sinners, I think it would have done a little bit better, but there was just so many things about it that bothered me. Like, just talking about the knife kills and how easy it is to take people. I mean, literally, you could just grab them and just walk around like this the whole time and just take them all out. And the other thing is the interactions. Like, I mean, everything's just laying out. You can't open or interact with things. You just smack them, things open. You just push a button and it grabs your hand, which I'm fine with that part. But even the guns, like trying to pick up a gun. So I'm right-handed, right? I can't just take my right hand, place it on the gun and pick it up. I have to use my left grip button and then it snaps to my right hand. It's like, what is this? Like, are we still figuring out how to do VR motion controllers? It made no sense to me.
Yeah, I mean, there's a new Go going to come out, right? That this will work on. I mean, that's what I feel like, though. Like, what controls almost do you need? You don't. Yeah. And I get it. Servios is starting to go more like, what do you call arcade style, right? And I think they even have arcade studios and stuff.
They do, yeah.
Yeah, I mean, come on, like, it's a zombie game. Your hands on. You're letting people grab the zombie. Like, let us do more. You're letting us grab them, but
only from the neck.
Letting us grab a gun.
And even only from the neck. That was the only place that so far I've been able to grab any zombies was just from the neck. You couldn't grab different parts of the zombies, which made no sense to me. But it just seems like there were so many little details that should have been really easy for them to knock out of the park, and the game would have been a lot better. But I was watching Remarcus's video, and he has a VR arcade in the UK. And he was talking about this game, how really this game is the perfect game for an arcade. And that makes sense because it's very simple. You can get in, easily do stuff. I mean, the reloads, you don't even have to push any button to reload. It just automatically does an animation where it pops the thing out. You slide a new magazine in. I don't know. I'm curious to know some of the people's thoughts in the chats. I'm sure a lot of people played this. This came out early last week. It was like, Tuesday, I think, or something like that. So
it's still a good game. Like, I'm not knocking it to the point of like, don't buy it, don't try it. But it's just... Yeah.
I think honestly, if you haven't played Saints and Sinners yet, I think because somebody said in the comments, they're going to pick this game up and then they're going to play Saints and Sinners afterwards. And that's what I think you should do if you haven't played Saints and Sinners. Saints and Sinners just kind of ruined this for me, and I feel bad.
Sure. Just go in the chronological of this Saints and Sinners, Half-Life Alyx. Work your way up. There you go. I mean, and then it keeps you in the same genre and gets better and better. But we're going to get into that here in a minute because it's been driving me nuts. I keep thinking about this the last couple days, man. Like, can I get into it yet? I know.
Yeah. Do you want to get into Squadrons or just?
We can't. Well, let me get into.
All right. Tyler's got some deep thoughts. That's been bothering him.
I've been really dreaming about this and pondering, and it gets bad when I start down this.
We're gonna give Tyler his moment to vent.
Turn.
So go ahead.
So I have this crazy concept that I feel like developers are not killing VR. But, VR in the community and all of us and all of you watching, we really need a W, right? We need a win for VR to be huge. And we got that, right, with Half-Life Alyx. But then we see these, what could be AAA games, and are bringing games that are people from the outside of VR, right? So flat gamers or fans of shows. And the VR comes out and it's broke and it doesn't work. And there's people that are buying headsets for these games. Like there are people for Squadrons never had VR in their life, and they're like, you know what, I want to fly this X-Wing in the X-Wing, right? And they get a VR headset. It's the first game maybe they've played, second, third, whatever. It's their favorite game, and it's broke, and it doesn't work. So you're kind of giving VR, a bad name or putting a bad taste in people's mouth. And we kind of need those developers to test this stuff. Like, how don't they test the headsets, the controls, have them working for all the headsets out of the gate? Send us a build. We will tell you if it's broke.
Part of the problem is that their main focus is the flat game for a lot of these games.
It is.
You know what I mean?
And
VR,
I totally understand.
Yeah,
I
VR
totally
is kind of an addition, so it doesn't get the same attention as some of the other stuff. And we'll get into Squadrons because Squadrons is mixed. Some people are having a ton of issues, other people are having no issues. Right. So we're gonna get into that. But there is, the bad thing is the big name titles, the big name stuff like Walking Dead, Star Wars. These things are the things that are gonna bring new people into VR.
Project Cars 3. Yeah, it was not their first venture in VR, and it still flopped.
It was their third.
Still was
just
broke.
For that title. Right.
Like, come on.
Yeah.
Like, give me a break here. And then it's ruining it for people. Sim Racer's done. Like, are we going to see Microsoft Flight Simulator and it not work for VR out of the gate? You know what I mean? Like, those are things that really worry me and bother me. And yet I see, like, everyone chat Medal of Honor. And I'm hoping that it works great. And it should.
But there's a difference, because it's strictly VR. So I expect more out of that than something like Star Wars Squadrons or Microsoft Flight Simulator, because some of that for them VR is a little bit of an afterthought as to where Medal of Honor's full focus is VR, and they've been playing that, working on that for a long time. So I do have high hope, but I agree, it's these big name titles that for us in the VR community, we want them to nail it because we want people to get into VR for the first time just to play this title that they wanted to play and be blown away and never look back.
Do you think, though, they're just like dipping their toes in the VR water a little bit?
I'm sure
they want a piece of that new tech and act like they're trying to do something, but then it doesn't really work. Because they don't put the R&D into it and the test time. I don't know, and I don't mean to get like amped up about this, but I do a little bit because VR does need a win. Mm-hmm. Like, they need some huge games right now because if all these games came out the gate and were amazing right off the get-go, everyone would be like, why aren't you playing this in VR? You know?
And real quick about Microsoft Flight Simulator, I see Tyrell and Gamertag in here. What's up to them? They did mention the beta. So they are doing beta testing for Microsoft Flight Simulator, the VR version. The link is in the description. Yep. So make sure you test that out. I think you already have to own a Microsoft Flight Simulator game. There's a little bit of some caveats to it, but it is available and you are able to try to get into the beta. It's a closed beta, so Hopefully,
you have to be part of their insider program. You have to have the game. You have to send them your DX for proof of owning the game and something else.
It's worth a shot. It's worth a shot to get into.
For sure. Right.
Yeah, I mean, I'm excited for this title. I definitely want them to nail this one with VR support, and this is another one of them big titles. Because there's especially with flight simulators and driving simulator stuff, there's such a advantage to playing it in VR, as compared to flat. So these people that are big flat gamers in Flight Simulator, in Project Cars and stuff,
their jaw will drop.
Yeah, to get them into VR, I just wanted them to have a good experience right off the bat and not be like, oh, well, this is why nobody plays VR because it runs poorly or whatever. Because that's not the case.
We're going to get that same thing. Like people tried, CV1s, and they're like, it's cool, but it's not there yet. Like a screen door, I'll come back when it's better.
Games,
we're going to get that again. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Which is ridiculous. Cheers for your deep thoughts.
For your deep thoughts, totally agree. VR needs a big win. So
I agree, and I think we have them coming, and we have all these chances, but we're losing them. And this one right here, I think could be a big one for us. For sure. I really do. I mean, they're talking this could be like the training application for pilots, and it can be. I mean, we're seeing it with military and stuff. So
we're going to do some stuff. We want to do some live streams and stuff. We talked about doing some flight trips together.
About the one that I was saying?
Yeah, go ahead. Yeah.
So I even thought we could do a live fly, which I don't know. It might be a little too far. We might do something closer, but from Shawns' house airport to my airport close to me.
Not our personal airport. We don't have personal airports at our house, but just the airport closest to our house.
Right. We'll fly to the Rendered Reality hangar. It's fine. Yeah, I get that. But yeah, I mean, we may do a closer flight or somewhere cool. I already sent Shawn a list of places that maybe the Keys. We may fly the Keys or something too.
Yeah, I think it'd be cool.
Yeah, we'll do something like that.
Because I agree. I mean, in a game like this, you can actually it's much easier to be involved in chat and see. Yeah, and I mean, other people can fly with us too. I mean, if other people wanted to, fly in planes, with us, I'm hoping I can just ride shotgun with you. That's my plan. But
with Lazy Flyer, man, Lazy Flyer, we can't have that on here. I know.
Yeah, right. German Rifter did say, sadly, only for Windows Mixed Reality at the moment. That's for the beta.
It is the first phase.
Yeah, that's for the beta for Microsoft Flight Simulator. Paradise Decay said, Alex, still game of the year for me. Oh, so true.
I know, right, bro? It is. I mean, it's good. There's not much better. And it doesn't even give us, it gives us basically full controls. I mean, it was a little shortened on some things, I felt like. But, I don't know, after playing it, I didn't feel that way because you just got used to it all, I guess. I don't know. But yeah, man, Alex, so good. All right.
Can we get into Reckoner said, does anyone think Xbox Series X will have VR support during its lifetime? Probably because this was an Xbox trailer that I grabbed, but it's coming. We talked a little bit about it in our Discord. I still have hope that it's coming. They can't kill themselves, but
did you see the discussion we were kind of having on Discord?
Yeah, that's what I was talking about.
Yeah. I mean, I feel like there's a chance, and I feel like they're waiting for all their ducks to be in a row before they jump on board. They want that mature VR experience for people, even though I feel like PlayStation did it.
I think they're waiting to steal the news.
I mean,
I think they're.
I agree.
I think they're gonna all of a sudden announce something. It's gonna absolutely blow up. They're gonna be in the headlines everywhere you can think about. Everybody's gonna be talking about it. Sure. That's personally what I think they're gonna do, and I hope that I'm right. I mean, obviously, I have no idea, but. Right. I hope so. I mean, they have to. I mean, everybody's going to be. I mean, especially with the Quest 2 launch, VR is going to grow leaps and bounds, and everybody, is in the early days. Everybody wanted a piece of that pie. The pie didn't grow as big as everybody thought it was going to, and everybody got a bad taste in their mouth. I think now's the time where it's finally going to start actually growing, and we're going to get some real big numbers in VR. Hopefully, that's my hope. But
Tyrell said wireless. Yeah, I talked about that too on our Discord. It's either wireless or cloud. I mean, they some big
wireless.
Things
that was something they said.
They do.
Yeah,
they do.
For sure.
I just feel like and I'll brief second, Xbox back in the day, they got a bad taste in their mouth when the community bucked their full streaming console, right? No disc, all streaming. The community went nuts, hated it, and they backed off. I feel like they were afraid to come into VR early because people were going to be like, why do we want VR? They're kind of probably scared a little bit too with, pushing stuff too early. But I feel like now
makes sense. You got an inside-out tracked. Windows Mixed Reality
they got
headsets.
The research.
I don't know.
I think it's HoloLens research. Yeah, they have WMR headsets. They've got. I know. come on, do it, man. Good controllers now.
So let's get into Squadrons, because Tyler
All
would not
right,
even
man.
tell me. Like, we tried to talk about this a little bit, and this is Tyler's footage of playing Squadrons. My footage wasn't very good because I wrecked a lot and I needed a lot of practice. I was like, Tyler, you need to get some footage of this because I'm terrible. But he wouldn't even tell me what he thought about it. I was like, what do you think about this? Like, tell me what you think. He's like, no, I'm going to save it for the show. I'm like, oh, it worked good for me. How did it work for you? I'm not telling you. I'm waiting for the show. So I'm dying to know personally what he thought of it. So,
all right. Well, partial was what I just kind of talked about. It's kind of my segue into this a little bit, that I was frustrated with the release, with having issues. So I obviously love my HOTAS. Sitting right here, amazing, love them, right? I went, plugged them in, sort of worked. I'm like, oh, okay, it's a T-Flight. A T-Flight for PS4.
And that's like
works
the most
out of the gate,
right?
It's on the approved list before the game was even out. I'm not worried. Good to go, right? So nothing really works. A couple things worked. I got through the menus, stumbling, and got in. The flight didn't work, though. None of the sticks work. So I'm like, okay, I'll go and remap. I read, while I was at work, people said it needs remapped, right? So I go in. I can't even map my yaw. I can't even do any twist on the stick. Nothing would even register in the software. I tried unplugging, plugging it back in. People recommended. I got a random. It let me, I don't know. It picked up one of them. Don't know why or how. Could never get it to do it again. I was over it. I spent an hour and a half to 2 hours trying to get it to work. Okay. This is how I'm starting out playing Squadrons. So I'm getting a little pissed at this point.
And you didn't have a lot of time anyways. I'm going to go ahead and say this because you have people in town this weekend.
I do.
And and you've been very limited on time. So you wanted to get in there, and you utilize your time as best as you could.
Yep, which is anybody. I mean, I only have so much time I can spend playing stuff. You know what I mean? Between this, my regular work, I only get so many hours of the day. So I went and grabbed an Xbox controller. I'm like, cool, I'm going to jump on a controller. That actually worked seamlessly, which was awesome.
That's what I did.
But luckily I had one. I mean, what if I had just had my HOTAS? I'm done. I'm not a keyboard guy. I'm not going to play it on keyboard. Like, it's not me. So anyway. So let's chat. Cheers, man. And gamertag.
And
cheers,
gamertag.
both of you.
Let's chat. No message, but we appreciate the super chat. And gamertag said, been here since 300 subs and 40 people watching it. Smashing it, guys.
Yes,
seriously.
Right.
Gamertag's been around for a long time, and gamertag has helped us out a ton, honestly. So really appreciate everything from gamertag. I mean, even last minute times when we needed somebody to help on the show, he was always there. So great guy. Great gameplay. Make sure you check him out. I'm sure you know who he is already, but if you don't, check him out for sure. But thank you so much, guys.
I do finally get into Squadrons, right? I've been like dreaming of this, and all my footage that I was hoping to record maybe and stuff, I'm like fumbling, trying to get the menus. I'm like, okay. So we're restarting this. So controller works great. I go in and it's beautiful. It's great, man. Like, I get into the actual game, for me, was flawless. I had no frame dropping issues, but I am running it on an index. So I'm running it twice the hertz rate. So, you're not going to notice this uneven framing that it seems like a lot of people are getting. Like Rift S. I heard a lot of people on Rift S are having tons of issues, which
it's
is
mixed,
too
though,
bad.
because there's plenty of people, even in chat. I think Paradise Decay, I think... there was somebody else, Greg's VR, I think. They're playing on Rift S, and they didn't have any issues. So some people have had tons of issues, other people haven't. So it's really a mixed bag, it seems like. I played on the index, and usually I run my index at 120 hertz, and I was playing something, trying to record something. I was having some issues, and I forgot that I actually lowered my index to 90 hertz. So I was actually playing on index at 90 hertz, and I didn't have any issues. I hopped right in. I went in with my Xbox controller. The only issue I had was that I couldn't remember my EA login, so I had to make a new one. So that was my biggest issue. I had to do that. But for me, it played. I mean, it looks gorgeous on the index. I mean,
look at the cabin.
It ran smooth. I mean, the inside of the cockpits was just unbelievable. I mean, it really gave you just an awe kind of moment when you went in. If you went in and your game was running good, it is gorgeous. It's a gorgeous game.
And that part is amazing. Like, it looks good. The lighting, you can watch on this, like when the moon, sun, anything shines through the windows, it's reflecting off the whole console. It is beautiful. And the gameplay itself is great. Picking up ammo, how it shows you to follow. It's kind of the same Elite Dangerous style, No Man's Sky style flight. more Elite Dangerous, I guess, because you have your adjustments for your weapons, your shield, speed, stuff like that.
The one thing I did like, though, about not Elite Dangerous, the other one you said, No Man's Sky, is that you could actually use your motion controllers to fight, and I felt like I was better. Like, using thumbsticks on the Xbox, it's tough for me. Like, I'm not good at it. I need a lot of practice.
Okay, so for flight stuff, I always feel like, the HOTAS, way better than playing with.
And I don't have one.
Right. Grabbing a stick that's not there, to me, sometimes feels a little lackluster. It's kind of like saying a steering wheel for a flight game or something.
Right.
I didn't mind going back to gamepad, but not being able to use it, I felt like it was a little not as good. The only thing, though, No Man's Sky, I did actually enjoy using just the track controllers. So that, for the first time, felt really good.
Yeah.
And actually, I think the controls felt better in No Man's Sky than it does in here.
I
don't know why. I don't know if it's on their end. My guess is it's just too touchy, or I feel like when I go to flip and turn around, it's kind of like hit or miss, and you have to throttle down to get it to cut sharper, and it's inconsistent. I don't feel like that part is very smooth, and something about that I feel is off.
Yeah.
And I've heard that from some other people as well, but it didn't feel as smooth as it should be. I'm good at flying stuff, so it wasn't like I came in like a noob to this. I don't know. It didn't feel on point to me. So I don't know. It was just a little different.
Right.
I don't know. What do you think about controls?
I mean, I'm not a flight simulator guy. I'm not. I mean, I've probably the game that I've spent the most time in flight wise is No Man's Sky, and that was just a different feeling, because you could use your controllers as flight, and I got pretty used to that, and I got pretty decent at it. I haven't used an Xbox controller in a while, which it's just thumbsticks, but for flight, for me, I had some issues, and I did mess with the settings a little bit, and that helped some, changing the layout a little bit and stuff. And I got better, but I definitely need practice. And the controls just felt difficult to me, but that's just me personally, because I don't have a lot of time in these kind of games with those kind of flight controls. So for me, I think a HOTAS would be a lot better. I think I would enjoy it a lot more with a decent HOTAS, but I do think for the HOTAS, they need to have pre-programmed things in there where you go in and say, hey, I got a T-flight, boom, it's set up, it works. That's what needs to happen, instead of having to spend time trying to get all these HOTAS. The big name ones, just make them work. Have them already pre-set up in the game, where it's already mapped for that, and make it work. I think that would help a lot.
Yep. I see Chris Richardson saying, "Are you drifting yet, Tyler?" And I don't know.
There is a way to drift, and I'm not. I can't remember. It said that
really been.
In the very beginning. It said a button, and somebody probably knows, but I didn't know what that was either once I was in there. And I haven't got to spend a ton of time in this yet. I've done like into the beginning missions, prologue stuff, and then I went into practice flight, so I could just practice and try to get better maneuverability and stuff like that. So, and I haven't tried any multiplayer stuff yet either, which I think there's some things you have to unlock in multiplayer. As far as I understand, there's some stuff that'll work right away, and there's some stuff that you have to unlock through playing the game. But
so did you have an issue though with the cutscenes? Because a lot of people were like hate it. I mean, I get it. I mean, they're not recorded in VR, and there's no depth to them. So it would have been amazing if they would have, which I'm kind of surprised they didn't. But
yeah, I mean,
I don't know.
It's a little, I mean, even just the screen size, like to me, it just seemed too small. Like even if they would have just increased the size of the screen and did a more of a wraparound kind of a thing, I think that would have been better even just there. But yeah, it was a little bit.
But you got to think there's people with like limited field of views too in some headsets. So maybe they were trying to tailor to that. I mean,
you can still turn your head. I mean, it just make it a wraparound, like almost, I don't, just a big screen. I mean, give me a bigger screen so I feel like I can experience and see more of that cutscene. That's what I would rather have. It just seems small to me, and it just seemed a little bit lackluster. But even go ahead.
Rizzarock said, "Did No Man's Sky get me trained up?" I mean, it should have. But no, I feel like No Man's Sky's controls are better. Like they're way more smooth. I don't know why.
Yeah, I felt like that too. I thought that I could do a little bit better in No Man's Sky than I could in this. But it's going to be practice. I want to spend some time in it and get a little bit better. I haven't went into online yet because I'm going to get destroyed, and I'm just not that good yet. I wrecked a lot. It was fun blowing up my ship. I had fun doing that because that happened to me a lot. But I don't know. And as far as even the cutscenes, like I think you mentioned something about if they would have just layered stuff, if they would have just added a layer. To give it a depth thing. Like not even just a full VR cutscene, but I mean, obviously a VR cutscene would have been much better, but I mean, hey, it's Star Wars in VR, and the game is gorgeous. I mean, I can't.
It is. Like I can't. Even when you start,
just being in the hangar stuff. I mean, it's an awesome looking game, and I think that hopefully new people coming into VR just for the experience. Hopefully those people didn't have too many performance issues, because like I said, I don't know what the factor is. I know a lot of people have said about if they're running different hertz monitors, and there's been a lot of different things, but for me, I jumped right in. Frame rate was good. Everything worked good for me with an Xbox controller. I had no issues.
And it could just be a graphical load on, GPUs, and because we're running 1080 or 2080s, maybe we just don't have any issues.
Jason, developer Drop-In, he was in our Discord, and he said he's running a 1050 Ti and was running this game pretty well. So I don't know what it is.
But so I noticed somebody in chat, and I don't remember who, it's been up a ways, but said that the Origin download may be better than the Steam for some reason, but I don't know why that would be. Maybe I don't know. I mean, there's not an update, I don't think, out yet, so shouldn't be that.
And hopefully they get all the issues worked out so it works good for everybody. But I don't remember who it was. Mateo or somebody said, I think somewhere, that they were in it for like a long, long time yesterday, and they felt a little bit weird today. Like, not motion sick, just weird from being in there for so long. But I mean, if you spend a long, long time in VR, it can give you a little bit of a weird feeling after a little while. And this is a lot of input sensory overload to your brain in this game for sure, with the moving around, the things blowing up. But you're hardcore chasing people and fly. I mean, but I don't know if people are having issues with motion sickness. This kind of game can induce that kind of stuff in VR. We know that for sure. But I didn't have any issues. I'm sure you didn't either, but
I'm glad to hear. I saw Aquatic Borealis said, coming from Elite Dangerous. Cheers, Joshua. It sets a high bar, especially with flight dynamics, and that's kind of, I've played a lot of flight stuff too. So to come to this, I expected it to kind of be amazing. I guess, I don't know, but it is. Don't get me wrong. I'm not hating. I'm going back into this right away. But
I want to play some multiplayer for sure once I get good enough. But yeah, I don't know. I mean, it's
that'll be entertaining.
I think it's good. I mean, I think it's, it's good for the VR community, though. We get this stuff. And I think they did a good enough job on this one, getting it into VR, but I'm a little bit partial because it worked good for me. So I don't know. I know some people spent hours being frustrated. And I don't, like you said, I don't want that to be new people to VR, because that's just puts a bad taste in your mouth. But
killing us, man. It's killing us. I know.
Yeah.
Crazy. I know.
Good game, though. I mean, fun.
Oh, can we get into
Nope. Sorry, I drank a lot of coffee today, so whatever you want. What do you want? Get into what? Oh, Lila.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, yeah. So we talked about this.
Good segue from some Star Wars stuff, right?
Right. We talked about this last week, and this was new to us. And this past week. So what this is it's a platform that they are developing that you actually use live actors, and these are professional actors. These are people with acting experience and stuff that they play a role in a game, an experience, or something like that, and they interact with you. They talk to you. They're part of the story. And we had a meeting with the team on Wednesday, and we talked to them for, I don't know, an hour or two. Awesome people. They gave us a bunch of information of what their plans are. We asked them a bunch of questions that we brought up on the show, and we got to go into the experience too. So what were you gonna say? What's
coming and stuff? What games are being supported, are already supported, which blew my mind, and what they're working with. It's amazing. It is literally amazing what this does. So we actually did get to go in and try it and do this experience, which is, I'm gonna say it wrong. I should look it up.
Peoria Station.
Yeah, Peoria Station. Yeah. And I literally, if I was doing this by myself, and I talked to them after we got to experience it, I got goosebumps during part of it. And if I was doing this by myself, there is no way I would have had goosebumps, because it would have been so plain.
Yeah.
J-Hook.
Cheers. Thank you. Top channel, by the way. The Win95 screensaver looks much better than the Starfield in this game. It's a 200 by 200 pixel mess of blurry white spots.
Yeah, dude. A lot of people complaining about the stars, right?
Yeah, that is true.
It's crazy.
There's definitely some nitpicky stuff that, I don't know. I just... to me, the visuals of the ships and stuff just blew my mind. But out in the distance does have some issues and stuff. But
cheers for the top channel comment, man.
Yeah, thank you. We definitely appreciate that.
Yep.
So go ahead.
So this experience was crazy to me, because I don't want to describe a lot of it, because I want everybody should try this. It's totally different than anything you've done, any game you've played.
So you can sign up now. Link is in the description. You can sign up to experience this. We're going to talk about that some more, but go ahead.
I'll just say, when I went in, I felt, starting a game, and I've done this before, I felt trapped when I first started from where I went into it. But then I felt like I had a person helping me, and I did. Because it's a real actor that's talking to you and communicating with you and calling you by name. And I'm just like, I instantly felt like I knew this person, but I didn't. And she was trying to help me, and I was trying to help her. And it was this interaction dynamic to a game, this storyline that was for me, which was crazy. And it's just a super cool concept. Like,
it really is. And the thing for me is that when you go into a game and there's just an NPC character, you know, you don't feel that you're there with somebody. It's hard to have a feeling of an NPC, that you're not alone, right? And for me, when I went into this and she asked me a question, she said, you know, what's your name or something like that, and I responded, and it was a very weird feeling to me because I'm not used to what looks like an NPC, you know, responding to me by name and being able to have a conversation back and forth. So it was almost, I was taken back by it at first, but it was really, really cool because now I feel like I have a memory with her. Like, I feel like I met her, you know, in VR. Absolutely. And she helped me in this space station. That's how I feel. Like, and she's a professional actor, so she plays the role. She uses emphasis, you know what I mean, and everything, and she knows what the objective is. And it was a powerful feeling. And to me, what I told them is that I honestly feel like this is the future of what entertainment is going to be. You know, the movie business is struggling, you know, they've been doing the same things for a long time. They even have trouble coming up with new ideas for movies and stuff, if you ask me. But this, to me, is an experience that you don't forget. And there's an actor in there that can, you know, direct your attention where you need to go. You get to see what they want you to see out of that experience because they can help direct your attention in that area. And you have a personal experience with that person, you know, and they're playing a role though. So it's not like you're just playing a multiplayer game with a friend. It's like they are playing a role in this part of this experience. It's really, really cool. And honestly, go sign up, go to the website to try it out yourself because it is really cool. And it's a different experience. It's a new idea in a sense, you know?
So for me, it's all about, you know, emotions because you don't get that out of any computer character, NPC, AI. You don't, at least not yet. But it's the point of like me making a joke about something and her laughing at me and like you won't get that anywhere else unless you're either playing with a friend. But it's even more than that because it's more dynamic because it's scripted. It becomes a game in itself and a story in itself, which is just so cool. And what we talked about with them when we were even chatting after and before is that the story can change all the time.
Yeah, different.
It could change every week. It could change whatever actor that's in there with you. Like, depending on if they're an angry person in there or a happy, you know, bubbly person or a funny person, that can change every time playing the same thing even. So it's so freaking cool.
We talked about some ideas, even stuff that we had, and I think they had already thought about it, but like murder mystery stuff, you know, to be able to go into experience with 4 or 5 friends and play out a murder mystery kind of a thing where there's live actors in there playing the parts and stuff and you're interacting with them. And horror, to me, horror games is where this could really shine because you could, I mean, once you have that personal interaction of an actual actor and they look scary, they sound scary, they get in your face, you know what I mean? Like I think the horror aspect of what this could do is going to be huge because horror is already so immersive, but then you get somebody in there that's playing the part and I will literally probably pee my pants. It's going to be so scary.
I told them, I said, you know, we were talking afterwards about all that. And I said, what if one of the people like walked up behind you and whispered into one side of your ear, you know, while you're standing there, or it was like a character, or there was a ghost that you couldn't see, like all kinds of things that you could do with that. And oh man, it is. And what I think is cool is that the games they're working with is one of our favorite games even as well is The Forest.
Right.
Which is awesome. And they're implementing this into The Forest as well.
And you can do this, so you can do this with 4 to 5 people, I think, and you can sign up for this as well. We are going to be doing this hopefully pretty soon. Tyler's got some family in town this next week, so I don't know how that's going to play out, but I can't wait to go into this. Some of you are probably going to be able to go in with us, which I really look forward to. I'm going to play this clip because they have, tell me if you recognize this name. They have a famous impersonator in this game, and I'm going to play this and just listen.
Do we have audio? Yeah.
If you can hear this transmission, I am in desperate need of your help. My plane has crash landed and I have been stranded. This is going to sound unbelievable, but bloodthirsty mutants are jeopardizing our democracy as we know it. They want to turn the very seat of democracy into a bona fide monster lago. Will you help me? I'm not gonna lie, the fight won't be pretty, and it sure as heck won't be easy. Can you survive the night?
So, I mean, so obviously the impersonator, I'm sure Obama, yeah, Jason got it. So they have an Obama impersonator actor in this game. And this is the one you can do with like 4 to 5 people in the forest. So if you've played the forest, it's a pretty terrifying game. And I mean, with a real actor that's playing the part of this story that you're involved in, that you have to survive the night. Man. I mean, this is so cool. And just listening to the trailer right off the bat, I was like, first time I heard it, I was like, oh my goodness, this is awesome.
Well, like what? Is the plane that went down like Air Force One or something? Right. Like, I'm just dreaming of how like episodic this could be in a game that's not really meant to have its own. I mean, it does have its own story. Don't get me wrong, but not like a guided story with, character and actor and stuff. Like, that's so crazy, man.
I mean, there's literally a plot to what happened, and there's a story to what happened inside of a bigger game. You know what I mean? But you get to play a part of a character in this game, and you get to interact with the characters that are, that interaction is what blows my mind.
I can't believe that he's doing this after his presidency. Like, that he's doing VR, man. It's awesome.
Almost made
he's
me
going to be in there.
But yeah,
so can you shake his hand, like
probably.
Wednesday,
so the way this works too, if you missed the last one, is that they're gonna run this as a like an Uber kind of a service where there's gonna be actors and actresses that get paid by doing these experiences, and they can work from home, in VR. And we were a little bit concerned about, where are you going to be getting these people? Are these people actually going to have acting experience? And they said, that truthfully, there are a lot of people out there that are trained actors, trained actresses, whether movies, shows, Broadway, like all that kind of stuff that are very, very good. And there's not enough work for them to go around. So this is actually a really good place for these people to be able to make some money and practice their...
Well, they said how they have it figured too. If actors do this like a full-time job, they can actually make a living doing this. Not just like a side hustle, not anything else. But if they do it as like a real job, they can make a living. Yeah. So if you're, a starving actor out there going to, auditions, why couldn't I think of it? All the time, why not do this?
Well, and they said too that the actors and actresses have loved it. Everybody that they've had experiences so far was a big fan of it because they get to act
to do it for free. They want to come help them just to try
because they're loving it so much. Because to them, it's a full acting experience that you get to role play. You get to see the people are loving your experience. And you get to hone in on your skills. You practice. And I'm sure doing the experiences you get better and better every time because you learn your part better. You're more invested in the part. It's just really cool. Jason, he said Squadrons is awesome. He's loving it. So I know he's loving it. So,
I know it is. It's awesome. I do love it. Just fix those freaking controls, man.
Yeah, it's got some issues, but it's awesome. But so that is Lila. Like we said, you can sign up now in the I think the link is in the description. So I'm gonna read a little bit of what they said. Their blurb.
Make sure to join. Please join our Discord because we may be looking for some people.
Yeah, to join in with us.
We will be looking on our Discord for people. Maybe
link should be in the description. Yeah. So they said Lila is an entertainment platform that connects actors with players in engaging, authentic entertainment. Lila presents live, original content as well as a growing catalog of your favorite games. Peoria Station, that was the one that we did. That was the experience we did. Public launch on Friday, October 2nd. So that's already out. Pre-alpha demo is available to the public as of now. The Forest with Obama public launch is Friday, October 9th. Sign up now for Lila's presentation of The Forest with Barack Obama. 5 players, 15 monsters, and 1 president try to survive the night. Barack is played by a professional impersonator. So make sure you check that out. I missed that super chat.
Mad Wookie got his index.
Said my index should arrive today. I think Let's Chat 6 is waiting on her index today too. So a couple of people are getting their index. Index shipments today.
Sweet. Awesome. That's awesome. Just make sure you update it. You update headset, controllers, base stations all separate. Or maybe you have base stations and controllers too. But make sure you update it. Great headset. Run it at 120 hertz if you can. If not,
144. Forget 120.
Whatever, man.
Hey, man, if you got that 3080, that 3090, it ain't gonna be an issue.
There's only 3 of them in the wild, probably.
That's true. And I don't have any of the 3.
Right? Oh, man. But honestly, please try this. It is a cool,
it's cool
freaking experience.
I think this is the future. I do think this is the future of entertainment. And the ideas that we were throwing out, the ideas that they were throwing out of what they have planned and stuff, it's going to be cool. It's going to be really, really cool. So.
And they have a great team of people, team of actors, software developers, project developer, super cool.
One of the original project developers from Star Wars.
Colin?
Yeah, from the Star Wars. I can't think of the name now.
Vader Immortal.
Vader Immortal. Yeah, Vader Immortal.
Yeah. He was on project with Vader Immortal.
Yep.
Super cool.
It's really awesome.
Yep, love it.
Yep,
right.
For sure.
All right.
There are some. I do want to throw a couple things out real quick. I had in notes. One of them is Super Hot is on sale today, I think, for the Oculus Quest. It's like 40% off and ends up being it's 42% off, making it $14.99. So that is on Quest. If you're picking up a Quest 2 and you don't have Super Hot, it is a staple. So just go ahead and pick it up now while it's on sale. You don't have to have your Quest yet. You can just download it on the store or buy it on the store.
I would go out there and say it may be the first game I would play on a Quest 2 if it was the first game to play for me. I think Super Hot makes an amazing impact for what VR can do.
But visually, though, I'm looking for something that's gonna
matters, man. No.
I'm looking for something that's gonna blow my mind visually. You know, like Red Matter, maybe real VR fishing, because I saw some pictures of that. That's gonna be looking, as Tyler would say, crispy. You know what I mean?
Super Hot to me was one I was like, could not get home fast enough to play again and keep playing.
It's a great game. I just don't think it's gonna look a whole lot better. I mean, it might. I don't know, but. I don't know. But make sure you pick that one up if you don't have that one already. It's a great sale, so you might as well pick it up now.
Super Hot. I see. Every time I hear Super Hot, that's all I can think of is when they say it.
And like we said, the beta for the Microsoft Flight Simulator, if you want to try to get into that.
Yep.
Waltz
of the Wizard?
Yeah, Waltz of the Wizard is getting an update. That's coming next year. And that looks really good. The trailer, it's going to be adding a lot to the game as far as like kind of like a campaign. They're reworking the whole thing. And if you don't,
a lot of lighting stuff, I think too, right?
Yeah, I mean all kinds of stuff, and a lot. I mean, all these games are going to be getting it. They just did an update just recently for some visual stuff, but this is like an update to the core game, the actual core game. That's going to add a whole lot more to the game. It's like a whole new game being added, and if you don't have the game yet, they are talking. This is going to be a free update if you have the game, but the game itself, the price is going to go up. They said it's likely to go up once this update comes out. So another game, if you're interested in, it's best to pick it up now because you're going to get the update when it comes out. You won't have to pay extra for the game. So, I mean, if you're waiting on your Quest, it's really a good time to pick up games that are on sale because you're going to want a bunch of games anyways. So. Yep,
I agree.
Yep. So this is looking good. I'm excited for that.
Yeah, I haven't. Have you? I haven't got to play any of it. Have you?
I've actually not played it either. No.
Me neither.
So
I know.
It looks so good now.
It makes me want to get into it.
Yeah, I think the new update's going to make me want to pick it up. So I'm planning on doing that before the update comes out.
I really want to do this full time, man. We need the time to play all these.
I guess we should maybe get into some Reverb stuff because I see Joanna Popper just popped into chat.
That's where I was going next.
She said, "Hey, I'm here every week. Just don't usually comment." So we got some people lurking that don't say anything. That's okay. You don't have to say anything.
Yeah, let's get into some.
Omnicept, I think it is.
Omnicept. Yeah, sorry.
Yeah. So. We're already excited for the G2. We've talked so much about the G2, and that is one of, the G2 and the Quest 2. I'm just so excited for each one of these. I'm a big PC VR guy, so I cannot wait to see the G2. And we had Tyrell Wood on the show last week, and he said, putting on his G2, he got an early one to test out. He felt like a blown away feeling. Like he got that feeling of like when he put that headset on for the first time, he was like, holy crap, like this is amazing. You know what I mean? And for somebody like him that's been doing VR for a really long time too, it's hard to get those feelings all the time because we've had so many experiences in VR. So it's a powerful thing if it can do that. And I am so excited. And we know the launch is coming early November. They're going to start shipping early November for the people that pre-ordered already. And it's going to ship out in order of, how the pre-orders came in. If you order now, they're looking at early December to get you that. And
I totally understand. I don't know. There's a lot of people buying this headset. I mean, there's no reason not to.
Microsoft Flight Simulator. Can you imagine? I can imagine playing this. I really want my 3090 though as well. But but there was an early leak that came out a while back, and we talked about it on the show. It was called the Omnicept, and it looked like it had some face tracking, some eye tracking stuff, and it turns out that was true. And there's also a heart rate monitor. There's more. There's also a heart rate monitor on there too. So that it's pretty interesting. Obviously, this is going to be geared more towards the market of industry, stuff like that, not necessarily the consumer-based market, but I think it's going to bleed into that eventually. But
sure, it is. And they are kind of doing some back-end signups for allowing people to access that information as well. So people using this headset can be approved to send their information back for research, which I think is awesome. It's kind of like a full disclosure privacy deal. And I think that's how it should be from the get-go. And I'm so glad they're doing that, because that has been our complaint with, the Oculus sided stuff. So I'm glad they're attacking that.
Yeah, right off the bat. Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely. So don't send it if you don't want to. You know what I mean? Yep. But I think this could be amazing for mainstream VR. I'd love to know the difference in price. And I know we don't know that yet.
If she wants to throw it in there, feel free. I don't think she will, but
honestly, as I've read some stuff about it, to me, I forget what article it was. It's almost like they worded it like it was almost like an upgrade to get it out there, but I know there's no way that's possible.
I mean, it's going to be focused on enterprise for sure. That's where it's going to, and because it's going to be able to do some foveated rendering. It's going to be able to. I mean, experiences right now, even if this thing came out. So if you could buy this thing right now, consumer based, if you could pay whatever amount of money is, you wouldn't really be able to take advantage of it yet, because experiences are going to have to be built around this technology. The eye tracking, the heart rate monitor, the facial expression stuff.
Like all that stuff I get, right? But to me, this headset is like the CV1 of its time. So CV1 is good almost up until now. There's a lot of people that still run a CV1.
Right.
This is a future-proof headset. And if you have this headset go out there with eye tracking, facial tracking, heart rate sensor, again, I feel like you are future-proofed with the panels. Maybe it's not high field of view, but neither is the CV1, and people are still using it. So I feel like that you are future-proofing yourself by buying this headset. And this will be my daily driver, hands down. I feel like my index.
You're talking about the regular G2 though, not the Omnicept.
No, the Omnicept.
You're gonna buy an Omnicept?
If I could get these. I mean, if they had it available for these, and it was what, $150 more or something for these, I would buy it all day.
It's gonna be more.
I would buy it in a minute.
Yeah,
man.
But it's gonna be more than $150. I mean, it's gonna be a lot more. I mean, this is enterprise. I mean, you could be talking a lot more money.
Heart rate sensors aren't that expensive. I mean, I've literally wearing one on my wrist.
Well, but I mean the R&D technology for getting it in there, I'm sure it's going to have some software stuff aside, that's going to be able to utilize this stuff for enterprise stuff to be able to make make experiences and stuff for that. So this isn't consumer based. I mean, this could be like a $5,000 headset.
This isn't new eye tracking though. The eye tracking is adopted from the Vive Eye, right?
I don't know. I'm not sure, actually. I'm not sure.
Pretty sure. I'd love to see.
I mean, I hope we get surprised and it's not as expensive as we think, but I think it's going to be expensive. It's not for us. It's not for us yet. It's for enterprise, and it'll be trickling down. But the thing is that if you can get this in the hands of the enterprise market, people start making experiences for these that take advantage of the eye tracking. It takes advantage of your heart rate monitor. When your heart rate goes up, the experience knows that it's getting intense for you. It can learn what scares you, what gets your heart pumping. It can adapt to those things. It knows where your gaze is. It knows where you're looking. It knows what all of that stuff, and it can mold the experience around that. And even like we talked about with Lila, that the actors and stuff can feed off of your emotions. This is almost going to enable AI and stuff like that to someday be able to do that in-game characters. This is the future of VR, and I think all of the headsets are going to go this route. They're just pretty much the first ones to market with all of these things wrapped into the headset, not as add-ons or anything like that. It's a great thing for the future of VR, because people need to start getting this technology in hand now and being able to do something with it. You know what I mean?
I'm all on board, man. I want this so freaking bad. Like, I think if these went out, or let's say there was no G2, right? Let's say this was the G2 and everybody got this. How awesome would that be to get in the hands of so many people? Yeah, and yes, be opt-in. You don't need to send your information if you don't want to. You know what I mean?
I don't think it's ready yet. I don't think there's any point really in having it in the consumer marketplace yet, because most of these things wouldn't be able to take advantage of. It's going to take more than one headset for major games like Half-Life Alyx to build an experience around all of the extra features of this. It's just not ready yet. So I think it's a good thing that they're getting it into the consumer or the enterprise market. Right. Eventually, it's going to be in consumer. Eventually, this is going to be in all the headsets. It really will, because even the face tracking stuff. If you can have your actual mouth movements and stuff one-to-one with a character in game, especially for things like multiplayer and stuff, and we've seen Facebook do some of that stuff, it's going to be really powerful. So
right, and we had that full discussion with the developers of Lila as well,
right.
with, facial tracking and stuff.
Yeah,
because
and they're working on all that too. Right now,
huge,
it's just that experience. If you go into Lila too, the experience of the Peoria station, that is a real basic experience right now. Just something they threw together for you to be able to go in and be with the actor or actress just to get that feeling. So they have big plans for what they're going to do. But if you do the experiences now, it's mainly for the interaction. But it is, this is the future though. And this is what, we're seeing VR. I feel like for VR for a long time, since 2016, it kind of stagnated. Like the technology, everybody was working on crazy stuff, but nothing was really gaining traction as being much better.
Sure.
When you got the Rift S, it's a little bit better screens, had inside out tracking, didn't do many things different, but now we're finally starting to see these companies push the envelope, I think.
Well, and that's what I was going to say. I'm so glad to see HP is pushing those boundaries.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Especially seeing what we came through from like the first gen WMR stuff.
Yeah.
And now pushing the boundaries of VR. They came out real soft, real mainstream, real easy.
Yeah.
Now they're at the forefront. I think it's amazing.
Yeah. This is
really
the HP. The G2 is literally going to be the one of the best headsets, in my opinion, you can get.
Yep.
The Index is a great headset too, but this is going to be a lot cheaper than a full Index kit, and you're getting better resolution, better lenses, just as good audio as the Index, which is fantastic. Everybody says comfort is great on this headset. So, I'm excited for this Omnicept edition. I don't know that we'll get it in hand or be able to try it out anytime soon, but I think eventually we're going to have this. We will. But
Joanna just said that it's targeted for developers and enterprise, and
and that's
sadly we do know, but I can dream.
That's what it needs to be for right now. You got to get those experiences. Sure. You got to get the technology in the hands of the developers to do something with it, and that's what. I'm sure right now it's enterprise focused, but it's not always going to be. Eventually, this is going to be consumer based. Eventually, all of this technology is going to be consumer based sooner or later. But I still want one. If they make these available and they're not crazy expensive, I don't know. I might have to, after there are some experiences to stuff and try, I would love to get my hands on one. It's going to be really cool.
I know. And I know it's going to be expensive because I know, Pimax is selling their tracking modules. I think they're $200 just for the module and stuff like that. So
it's going to be high. It's going to be pricey. It's definitely not for us, but it's going to be great for, for training purposes, and stuff like that. They're going to be able to do some really cool stuff. I think it showed it even in there, like firefighting. And you get your heart rate up when things get intense, and it can start throwing things at you more when that happens. And it's it's a really cool idea. It really is.
I do. Yep. I agree. Cheers, guys. See a bunch of new faces in chat.
Yeah,
Cheers.
seriously. We seriously appreciate everybody coming to hang out. It's so
we really
cool.
do.
We love these Saturday morning shows. They're so much fun.
I know.
But
we'd be doing it anyways, right?
Yeah. Another one I did want to throw out is Pixel Rip 1989. A lot of people were really upset about this game, that it was not coming to the Quest. It didn't make any sense. So you got Pixel Rip 1995 on the Quest. Why not 89? Right. Well, now it's possible because it's available now through a DLC through Pixel Rip 1995. So it's not its own entity on the store, but if you go into Pixel Rip 1995, you can buy it through there as a DLC, which is cool. At least it's on there because it's a great game. People are going to love it, especially if you like 95. Check this one out for sure. Really cool game.
It's awesome. And maybe they couldn't get it approved through, and that's their way of getting it on there. Don't know.
And I'm not sure because they didn't get it approved before. And
right.
But hey, as long as it's on there, I think it's cool. So
absolutely. Yeah. Can we get into?
Our buddies at Starcade Arcade. So they have a new game coming out, and this is called Space Slurpies. And we have the Steam link in the description below. So it really does help out developers when you wish list it. So go ahead and wish list that on Steam.
Good point.
This is their third VR title now. Star Blazer, Virus Popper, and then now this. And this is actually really cool. So this is going to be multiplayer. If you know, what was that game? Slither or Snake? The old Snake games?
That's the one I keep thinking of.
Yeah, and Slither as well.
You keep going around and you get longer and you try and cut off and get hit and die and stuff. Basically like that in VR, in an open space area, which is super cool. I love bringing back like this old school feel of games into stuff, which is awesome.
So this isn't necessarily something that I would think of doing in VR, but some of this kind of stuff in VR is way more fun than what you think it's going to be once you actually do it. So, and we actually have some plans with them. They want to do some maps together with us and stuff. So we plan on doing some of that with them at some point, and which we're really looking forward to. The great thing about this is that it's multiplayer. So I'm going to read off what they said. Some of the things that people may not know is that it is multiplayer VR, but people can still play solo. So you're going to be able to play by yourself or with friends. There's a ton of maps that we're making that's going to ship with probably about 18 maps, they said.
That's awesome.
There will be leaderboards. Maps will have different things that can also kill the Slurpies, mines, stuff like that. Yeah, and like I said, we're going to do some map stuff with them and probably some other people in the community as well. But
I love the name, man.
Yeah, basically
I love the name, Space Slurpies.
Space Slurpies. So you have to go around, you have to eat the things without running into yourself, or if you run into other people, I think you kill the other people once you run into them. So you want to avoid other. We haven't played this yet, but we are going to hop into it. It's a pretty cool idea, awesome. And they're really good guys, friends of ours. So it's really cool. Yeah, so we're looking forward to that one. So make sure you wishlist it on Steam. Like I said, it does help out developers. And if there's games you're ever excited about, it always helps out developers to wishlist and stuff on Steam and Oculus and stuff like that. So make sure you do that. It just helps them out, and they always.
I love this shirt too, man. This shirt fits so good.
I think we're getting some new ones too. I'm excited.
Oh yeah, you've got one of our new ones on too. You have the one that I made.
Oh yeah, somebody commented it.
I don't even have that one yet, man. I don't even have it yet.
I don't know if I can.
Oh yeah, you can't turn around. Oh no.
I'm not that flexible anymore. So and it's funny too, because Tyler called this the beard friendly shirt, and I didn't really have that big of a beard when he said that, and it's kind of getting a little out of control now, so it makes sense.
It's a V-neck, doesn't get scratched.
It's got plenty of space. Yeah, it's got plenty of space for my beard.
Now you get it.
It was funny because I was in Get to the Chopper VR. He was doing a live stream. I was in there, and he said something about, because I've been thinking about shaving the beard off. Yeah, thank you for the sub. Seriously, right. I've been thinking about shaving it off, and he said that he said, "Oh, hey, Rendered Reality's in here," and he said Shawn has one of the most epic ginger beards, and I was like, "Oh man, now I can't shave it off."
Right?
I gotta keep it now.
You gotta hang the Christmas ornaments. You gotta make it till Christmas.
Yeah, Tyler wants me to make Christmas cards with little Christmas ornaments hanging all through. What's wrong with us? We have issues.
A lot. That's why. That's why we're sanctioned to just.
Oh man.
So people can't actually be around this
craziness.
Oh, okay. So, can we get into? So no, let's not. I don't really want to do that anymore. Over that one.
Okay.
Let's. We're running out of time. We don't like to go too long.
Oh, geez, how is it almost an hour already?
I know.
Rizzle, thank you, sir.
200 on
awesome.
live stream.
Man, I didn't even know. I can't even. I'm on. We got pop out chat. All I can see is the chat. I can't even see the numbers. So that's awesome. Thanks for the heads up. We really appreciate that. What do you want to get into?
We have really big news. Yes. That's what I want to get into.
This one?
This looks so dope. Okay. Yes. Can we please?
Yeah.
So, the developer of Lo-Fi, right? You guys have heard of Lo-Fi.
Yep.
Blair Renaud, if I can correct pronunciation.
I think so, yeah.
Is or has developed or is in the process of developing a Cyberpunk game for Quest. Basically an offshoot of Lo-Fi. So we are going to get a Lo-Fi, which I can't freaking believe that this can be on the Quest. Because if you've been into Lo-Fi, you would understand how gorgeous it looks, how detailed it is. And this is no exception. This looks amazing.
And this video that's playing right here is my recording of playing it this morning. It's not a game yet. It's just a concept basically, and you go into the world and you kind of look around. But this does not do it justice, because this, honestly, to me, and this is real early, but this is probably one of the best looking things I've seen natively running on Quest. This is native on Quest. It reminds me a lot of Lo-Fi. The lighting is it's drawn back on the lighting, the particle effects, all shadows, all that kind of stuff. But the game itself is still really good looking to be running on Quest. It kind of blew my mind that this was running on Quest, and this is the first Quest, so this is going to look even better on Quest 2. But the characters, even like the character models in the game, to me is the most realistic looking character models that I have personally seen in a Oculus Quest game. I mean, usually,
look at this,
you look at things like Arizona Sunshine, on Quest and stuff, and it doesn't, but this is impressive. I was very, very impressed. If I can, I'm going to read what the
lighting's still beautiful, and it is called Agency. I don't know if we actually said the name of it.
Agency, yeah.
It will be and is called Agency.
Yeah, so there's the plan for this is going to be second quarter 2021. We do know Lo-Fi has been pushed back to 2021 as well because of the COVID stuff. I think that's looking like early 2021 for the launch of that.
That's a serious project.
He's done so. I mean, if you go into the early builds, the itch.io file, and we can get the link for that, he just keeps updating and keeps getting better and better every time. I haven't went into the latest build. I need to do that, but let me read this for Agency, what the scope of the game, what the game is going to kind of look like. So it says you're the first Metacorp model to receive an experimental firmware update, codenamed Genesis. While the engineers are discussing the implications of the update, you awaken. You have agency. You must escape the prison, find a way to survive, and take freedom from your makers. You'll meet friend and foe along the way. Spread the firmware and start a revolution. A rich narrative adventure awaits, filled with highly detailed characters and environments, exciting and addictive minigames, and a reason to return. For more, live out the ultimate cyberpunk fantasy starting from a meager servant and ending as a leader of a robot rebellion. Once at the top, you can use your credits any way you see fit, upgrade your hover dragster, spend them in the BattleBot arena, or just become the richest android in the world. The agency is yours. I feel like this is what Quest needs, right?
Right, I know.
It needs a rich experience game like this, and the cyberpunk world experiences are very, very popular.
And so what I think is really cool is, having this out on Quest, right? So let's say you love this and dive into the cyberpunk look and want to keep playing this, you can get the PC version. If you want to upgrade to PC gaming, it leads you then into that.
Yeah.
In the full game. You know what I mean?
So the games are going to be different between Agency and Lo-Fi. In Agency, you're a robot and you're trying to lead a rebellion. In Lo-Fi, you are basically a police officer, and you can be a good or a bad police officer, or whatever.
But that's what I mean. It leads you into a bigger game on PC if you want to upgrade into the PC VR realm. I think it's such a cool segue. Yep. I really do. And that they're going to be releasing almost... pretty close together. Ultimately.
Yeah. And this isn't, I don't think this is a for sure game. This is still, they've made the pitch to Oculus. If Oculus approves this and everything, as far as I know, that's what's in the works right now. But from what I've seen just in the little experience where I got to look around in the world, I visually don't think I've experienced something this cool on the Quest, the native build. And this is on the Quest 1. I cannot wait to see what this looks like in Quest 2. It's going to look so much better. Red Matter was probably the best looking Quest game I've ever seen in my life natively running on Quest. But this, with the character models and stuff in this, and if you watch one of the older Lo-Fi videos that we did, they use some actual face capture technology and stuff for motion capture and stuff. And it looks, I wasn't even sure if it was a real person in the one bathroom that I went into Lo-Fi. It kind of freaked me out. It was awesome. So visually the game is really cool. I really hope it gets approved for Quest, and I hope it comes, because it's especially Quest 2. This is going to be able to this is the kind of experiences we need in Quest. I think Quest is great for the little mini games and the short experiences and the Beat Sabers and stuff like that. It's great, but there's not a lot of really just good story driven, visually impressive games on the Quest. There are some, right? But
this does give you that same feeling of the open, but even more open world and more options than like Half-Life Alyx or something, where you have a lot of stuff going on and to do. And then when you add in the free roam aspect, you spend so much time doing that kind of stuff and exploring things.
Oh yeah.
Like I spent a half hour in the garage looking at things, like on the table, like, this is beautiful. The garage door textures, all these little things that are just so amazing, and I haven't seen that since Half-Life Alyx, basically, which is so cool.
And Bit Victim said Lo-Fi has working emulators in it, and it does. So you can play Game Boy games on a Game Boy. You can see a Nintendo Power Glove sitting on there, but you can play arcade games. You can load emulators into it. Not sure if that'll be in this build for the Quest build. If it is, how fantastic would that be? I'm sure it could be done, probably. That'd be really cool. But this has me excited. After going in just to this pre-release thing, just to have a look around, I was like, wow, this is impressive. And I think I really hope this happens, because I think people will really be excited about this. So
I just love the cyberpunk look of stuff.
Yeah,
I really do. I love it. I love the I don't know, you can do anything in it. And then you have the retro stuff inside of it, just like you were saying, the arcade. So there's an arcade inside Lo-Fi you can go into, and it's got all the broken down machines and stuff, but then there's a couple that work.
Yeah.
And that's the cool part. You can go up and actually play stuff then on it, and play a VR game then inside of Lo-Fi. It's cool.
It's really cool. And just the experience of being in this world. So far, I don't know. I can't think of many other games that just the atmospheric experience of a game like Lo-Fi. I can't think of other ones that really can. The music, the spatial audio, the lighting, just really cool stuff that he does, I think. And I'm excited for this. So.
Yep. I know. And somebody, I think it was the Suicidal Banana, said the graphics don't match the video. VR never does.
No.
VR literally, I could show somebody a video of us playing VR, and it's like, oh okay. Cool. But then you throw them in it, and they're like, holy crap, I need this. And that's how VR has always been. It's kind of crazy.
And even the video that I recorded, because the video that I showed was recorded natively on Quest. I just recorded it on the Quest, and I put it on the PC. Even watching it on the PC after I played it, I was like, oh man, this doesn't look anywhere near as good as what I just saw. I was impressed. For being on Quest, I was extremely impressed. And I just cannot wait to get my hands on the Quest too.
And it's early. It's an early build.
Yeah, it's not even a game yet. Yeah, this is just a proof of concept right now. It's all it is. That's all it is, a proof of concept.
Yep.
So.
Yep.
Yeah.
I know.
Man, it's so cool, but
good.
Really exciting stuff. So
keep
an eye out for that.
Let's see, what is there? We're getting close with Pop 1, I heard, right?
Maybe.
There's a lot of testing going on, man. They're giving out a lot of keys and stuff. It's crazy.
Maybe. We can't say anything. I don't even know if we're allowed to say that name.
I know.
They have everybody under strict NDAs, but
so
yeah,
people 7.
Yeah, people 7. right, something like that.
Yep,
but yeah, so what else did we have? If you didn't join the beginning of the show, make sure you sign up for the Star Wars Squadrons Steam key giveaway.
Yes,
it's a Gleam giveaway. It's going to end tonight, so make sure you watch that. Also, we mentioned if we can hit the 5,000 sub mark, which I know we had a lot of people join today, which was awesome. Really appreciate that. We are going to do some special stuff for that. We're going to try to give away a Quest 2, maybe some accessories. We plan on doing a special live stream separate from the Coffee and VR show, maybe just like a chill hangout show with everybody. Give as much stuff away as we can on that show.
Didn't we do that? What, 1,000?
Yeah, we did a separate show for 1,000, but I don't think we left that public. I don't think that we left that.
I don't think we did either, dude. That was insane.
We
had 3 notepads full of like stuff we were giving out. We didn't even know what we gave out. It was nuts. I know it was fun. We should do it like that. I forget how we even gave them away.
We did contests. We did randomly giveaways. We did trivia for people that have been around for a long time that answered some stuff. It was a lot of fun. So definitely looking forward to it. And make sure you subscribe. So we got some really cool stuff coming up. We have some really big stuff happening this coming week. Videos that should be launching coming this coming week that will be really cool. Please
turn on your notifications. I'm just gonna say that. Turn your notifications on. You'll want to be there. But yeah.
Good stuff.
That's all.
Man, we seriously appreciate everybody being here. I don't know if people realize how much we appreciate all of the people just coming to hang out with us on Saturday morning. It's just such a fun time for us, and we just love talking about VR. If you weren't here early, this started from us just waking up every Saturday morning. We would play VR together every Saturday morning. We would spend an hour on a video chat just talking about what happened during the week in VR, and that was how all of this started. And it's just so much fun to talk about and have people join that just love VR as much as we do.
I know. Yep. Rizzlerock said we're at 3.9 now. I guess, it did go up already. Awesome. So we are close to. Yeah. We are getting close. That's crazy. And we do appreciate it, guys. Appreciate all you guys being here, sharing our videos and stuff, sharing it with everybody else. But we won't keep you guys around. Mugshots too, by the way.
Yeah, we got some mugshots. Yeah.
I'm on the wrong side, man.
I know we swapped sides.
I've been over here. I know.
Yeah, it's kind of crazy.
It's crazy. All right. Well, you should play us out. Are you going to play out the one of us from back in the day when we started?
I can play that one.
Yeah, you should, man.
Yep.
I like that one. I like it. It's got a place in my heart.
Yeah, right. Awesome. Well, again, thank you so much. We will make sure you watch the channel for this week. And we also do a VR espresso thing that we've been messing around with, which is real quick, to the point VR news once a week, usually Wednesday evening, sometimes Thursday. Check those out, see what you think. Still a work in progress, but they're fun to do. So. Yeah.
Notifications, turn them on.
Yeah.
Even just for the week. Just turn them on for a little bit.
Yep.
That's all I'm going to say. All right, guys.
Seriously.
We are out of here. Have a good weekend. I know I've got some family, and so it'll be pretty cool for me. I'm going to try and get them in some VR, though. That's my goal
for sure.
So,
for sure.
I haven't yet, so we will. But, all right, we're out of here. Later, guys. Appreciate it. We will see you next Saturday, and hopefully this week sometime.
Yep.
All right.
Later.
We're out of here. Later, guys.
Got into VR in 2016. That was when we first, we got the Rift.
Howdy, howdy.
Hey, it worked.
There he is. How about
Perfect.
That?
Hey.
We're lucky to be here. I will admit that. My name's Tyler. This is Sean. We're Rendered Reality, and we were definitely up late playing some VR last night.
Yeah.
Hole is bigger.
That's what I was thinking.
It's not always better.
Let's keep it PG, boys.
I mean, right? We don't know like how much sound is coming out of it.
It's true.
Right.
Is there more sound coming out of it? We don't know.
Yeah.